Welcome to Cook with Picture Nama, and in today's episode I'm going to show you the recipe of Dean Posto or eggs cooked in poppy seed paste. For that I'm boiling 4 eggs. You can see 5 eggs, but ultimately I've cooked with 4 eggs. I have taken a couple of medium-sized onions and finely sliced the onions. And then comes the main ingredient, which is the poppy seed paste. What I have over here is about 4 tablespoons of poppy seed paste. And normally what I do is I take about half a cup of poppy seed and soak them in water for about 15-20 minutes and grind in after that, discard the water and grind it into a very fine, smooth, creamy paste with a couple of green chilies. And then I use whatever I need and the rest I put it in the freezer. You will need a few green chilies as per your taste and about a teaspoon of nigella seeds, a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a cup of mustard oil, salt and sugar. The eggs look boiled now. So just to quicken the process, I have just taken the eggs and dunked them in cold water. Peel the eggs and then cut long slits, about 4 or 5 on each egg. Smear the eggs with salt and half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and coat the eggs nicely with the turmeric powder. In a kadhai or a frying pan, take a tablespoon and half of mustard oil. When the oil is moderately hot, slide in the eggs into the oil and toss them around a little bit just to add a little color to the eggs. And when it's done, take the eggs out and keep aside. Temper the same hot oil with a teaspoon of nigella seeds and a couple of green chilies. Now add the onions and fry them till they have softened and have become little gold on the edges. You will rarely find a Bengali who doesn't love posto. Opium poppy has been there in India for hundreds of years, but perhaps we have to thank the British for the mass agriculture of opium poppy in Bengal. What I also found in one of the articles written by Preetha Sen is that it was a farmer's wife who actually experimented with the poppy seed, which was a waste, and transformed into what we eat today. The onions are done now. I'm adding half a teaspoon of turmeric powder to this. A lot of people don't like to add turmeric powder when it is a dish based on poppy seed. And then I'm adding 4 tablespoons of poppy seed paste to this. The heat is at I've kept the heat low because poppy seed quickly dries up, and just mix it up with the onions nicely. And then, whatever leftover poppy seed paste you have it in the bowl, add a little bit of water and use all of that in the kadhai. Mix it all up, stir it nicely. Bring up the heat to a medium and stir for about half a minute or so, and then add about 1/4 cup of water. Warm water would be better, and salt to taste. Give it a stir and then let it simmer. And then add the eggs to this. Cover the eggs or coat the eggs with the poppy seed. And then be generous and add about 2 tablespoons of mustard oil. You can add 1 tablespoon, it's completely your choice, and a couple of split green chilies, and give it all a nice mix, and then cover and let the heat be on low and let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. When it's done, sprinkle 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, give it a stir, and Dean Posto is almost ready, or it's ready. Sometimes I like to add a little extra green chilies and a little extra mustard oil on top of this, but that's completely optional. Check your seasoning, and that should be it. You can also add a little more water if you want a runny consistency, but I prefer this thick, nice, mushy consistency of Dean Posto. Serve it with a plate of steaming white rice and you're in heaven. If you like this recipe, do leave in a comment below and share it with your friends and your family. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more everyday recipes.